Every year, as winter loosens its grip and the first signs of spring appear, millions of people across the world celebrate a holiday that is older than many civilizations. It is called Nowruz, meaning New Day. For more than 3,000 years, Nowruz has marked the arrival of spring and the beginning of a new year across regions stretching from the Middle East to Central Asia. Nowruz is not only celebrated in the lands where it first began, it has traveled across oceans, across borders, across generations. In places far from its original landscapes, communities continue to gather each year to welcome spring and renew their connection to culture, memory, and one another. This video explores Nowruz in the Diaspora, how immigrant communities in King County, Washington, preserve and reinvent one of the world's oldest cultural traditions.
How do you celebrate it here? You yourself, your family, or the community?
So in the past 10 years that I have lived here in the United States, we have always been celebrating that, although not as big as it was in Afghanistan. Part of the customs that we have had from Afghanistan, including cleaning the houses and getting ready for Nowruz, that's something which is common in both Iran and Afghanistan. So literally we are cleaning the houses, washing the carpets, repainting the houses, buy new clothes and stuff like that. So those part of culture has been practiced by at least my family and the people that I know around. Literally they say that, okay, a new year is coming, a spring is coming, which is end of a cold season and then beginning of a brighter, more sunlight season. And then that part, cleaning the house and just getting ready for that, is being observed.
Want to have fun. They also want to have good food, entertainment. They have a beautiful cultural outfits and dresses, beautiful dances and songs. So it's kind of help us to unite, and at the same time, it shows how diverse we are.
Yeah.
So how different, because everyone brings something different to the table, right? So, and Nowruz is one of those holidays that provided such opportunity.
What is Nowruz? Nowruz marks the spring equinox, the moment the day and night are equal and the earth begins its seasonal transformation. Across cultures, it symbolizes renewal, rebirth, and hope. Families clean their homes, they prepare traditional foods, they gather around symbolic tables decorated with objects representing life, patience, prosperity, and new beginnings. For some communities, dried fruit are prepared in a dish known as hafmelah. In others, wheat sprouts slowly grow on the table, symbolizing the rebirth of nature. Despite regional differences, the message of Nowruz remains the same. Every year, the world begins again. For many, the meaning of Nowruz begins with the transformation of nature itself. Winter gives way to spring, and with that comes a sense of renewal. A tradition across civilizations. Nowruz originated in ancient Persian civilizations, where it was connected to the rhythms of nature and the changing seasons. Over centuries, it spread across a vast cultural world that included Iran, Afghanistan, Central Asia, Kurdish regions, and part of South Asia. Empires rose and fell, Religions changed, political systems transformed, yet Nowruz endured. It survived because it was never only a political or religious celebration. It was something deeper, a shared human recognition that winter eventually ends and life begins again, the celebration of nature. But when people leave their homeland, tradition also changes. In Diaspora, Nowruz carries new meanings.
Well, in Iran, it was different because the entire community, nation was involved. Everywhere you went, you could experience that celebration, and for like 2 weeks. And also before it, as we approached Nowruz, there was, flowers everywhere, selling little red, goldfish, and the scent of all the hyacinth and daffodils.
What I really like about celebrations like Nowruz is that they always have something to remind us. Beginning of a spring, beginning of Nowruz. And I will never forget that, even if I'm fully integrated here. I have some Afghani friends that they have lived here for, let's say, 30 years. And again, when it is the beginning of spring, their mind automatically reminds them of the good memories.
Nowruz in Washington. Migration reshapes traditions. When people move across borders, they bring with them languages, memories, and cultural practices. Nowruz becomes something more than a seasonal celebration. It becomes a connection to home. In King County, communities from Iran, Afghanistan, Uzbekistan, and other regions gather each year to celebrate this ancient festival, sometimes in private homes, sometimes in community centers, and increasingly in public spaces across the city. For community leaders and organizers, Nowruz is an opportunity to bring people together.
So when more and more Uzbeks and people from Central Asia or former Soviet Union started moving to Seattle, that holiday celebration became more wider and wider. So I know that my organization, Seattle Tashkent Sister City, had a big public event, the first one in 2005. So it was around 250 people. And since then, we had an opportunity to continue having this Nowruz Gala, we call it, right? It's our annual event. It happens every year now. We have minimum of 300 people, but there were some cases where we had 500, 600 people. It's all depending on a venue, right? Because you want to make sure that you have enough space for all people to have a quality time.
So we approached them and asked, hey, could we have a Nowruz celebration at City Hall? Because we didn't have the money to rent a place to do it. So they said yes. And we had already spoken with the mayor of Isfahan and the mayor of Seattle, and they both loved the idea of a sister city. But because of the governments not having relationships, it was impossible to sign papers and go forward officially. But because they liked the idea, they were open to us doing it there. So we only had 1 month to plan. And somehow we pulled it off. It was all volunteers. We've always been volunteer driven. And we got people in the community who were dancers, performers, choir, speakers, like Shahzad Shams, who you're going to speak with. She was one of our first speakers representing the university. So we pulled it together. We had tables for different organizations, artists displaying their art, dance, music, talking about Nowruz, what is Nowruz, and having a Hafsin table, a big one, set up. And we just announced it to the community as best we could, and we had no idea if a couple hundred people would come or not. 1,500 people came the first year. We were overwhelmed. The city was overwhelmed. City Hall was overwhelmed. We've been working on increasing the non-Iranian attendance because we all know about Nowruz. We want them to know about it. But we also want our community to have a place to celebrate.
Building community. Nowruz celebrations in King County have grown steadily over the past 2 decades. What once began as a small gathering among friends and family has evolved into large community events. Organizations host festivals featuring music, dance, traditional foods, and cultural performances. Hundreds of people attend, not only those who grew up with Nowruz, but friends, neighbors, and visitors curious to learn about the tradition. Through these gatherings, Nowruz becomes something more than a private ritual. It has become a bridge between cultures. Public celebrations has transformed Nowruz into a form of cultural dialogue.
United States is so unique. It's a melting pot, right? When they say melting pot, it means that the people from all over the world come here, right? Different religions, different nations, different backgrounds, but they all finding the way to adopt and changing this society and this community by bringing something unique from their own culture, right? So for the kids, like especially for my son and others, like hopefully he will have kids, it's very important to preserve this because it's going to be part of the tradition. It's not just part of the tradition of his culture, but it will be hopefully also part of the tradition of the United States.
So by us celebrating these events, we add to the cultural diversity and the diverse tapestry that makes King County. So King County proudly keeps an open arm to welcome other cultures and communities. And by doing that, they want us to bring our heritage and our culture because every little thing contributes, like the spring cleaning reinforces cleanliness and renewal and hope for the future. All these traditions, all of my daughter's friends now know about Nowruz, and they love even growing the sabzeh and going to the river here in Issaquah to throw it in the water on the 13th day, with huge groups of people celebrating Sizdeh Beda, which is the 13th day of Nowruz. People see all these groups of people all of a sudden that look like they're from somewhere else celebrating on one day in spring in like early April, and they want to know what's happening. Why are all these people out here? Why are they barbecuing? Why are they dancing? And so I think it brings a lot of joy and diversity and interesting aspects of our cultures, and it betters the community. So I think all cultures celebrating and staying true to their roots contributes to the community they're in.
Identity and memory. For many immigrant families, Nowruz is also about the next generation. Children born in the United States may grow up far from the landscapes where these traditions began. But through Nowruz, they learn stories, symbols, and values. Parents explain the meaning of the half-seen table. They share memories of celebrations in their homeland. In this way, Nowruz becomes a form of cultural teaching, a way of passing heritage from one generation to the next.
Cultural contribution of Nowruz and also how it contributes to belonging, to diversity in King County or in Western countries like US.
Yeah, so I strongly believe that one of the beauty of the American culture is its diversity. And then people that come from all around the world, from Africa, from Asia, from the Pacific Islanders, the African Americans, or even the white people that they were originally coming from, let's say, European countries. So all of us brought something here, and that is the beauty of the United States.
The holidays, the festivities, celebrations of life, celebration of the new beginning, celebration of the new year, this is something that unites us. Because in this crazy world, there's so many things that dividing us. So that's Nowruz. That's a great time when you forget the differences and you just come together. Because you don't discuss politics, you don't discuss what's going on in the world. You're just concentrating on being together, sharing the bread with each other, and thinking what can we as people, as a whole community, can do together to make this place a better, to make this world a better place, right? So that's another opportunity.
Challenges of celebration in the diaspora. Celebrating Nowruz in diaspora is not always easy. Unlike in many countries where Nowruz is a national holiday, in the United States it often falls on an ordinary weekday. People go to work, children attend school, celebrations are shorter, sometimes quieter. Many families celebrate without extended relatives nearby. Yet despite these challenges, the tradition continues. Because for many immigrants, Nowruz is more than a celebration, it's a reminder of belonging.
So it was very different. Here, you don't feel it in the air. You only do this at home. You can't even be outdoors, hold outdoor events. And a lot of children have to go to school. They don't wake up in the middle of the night to be with you. I was often alone at the table by myself. It was sad, both sad and joyous.
It's not as easy as when you're back home. It's work. You have to find the pieces, you have to convince the people, you have to go out of your way to celebrate. It's not a holiday, so you still have to go to work. Those are challenges. For us, for celebrating Nowruz at City Hall, there are certain limitations to celebrating inside the building. And there are some things that we would like to do outside, but because of the weather, we can't plan on it. So we have to plan for everything indoors. The bonfires that we do for Chasham Suri, we don't have permission to do it just anywhere, setting fires, that's not okay. So there are some limitations to celebrating the way we are used to, but I advocate for pressing ahead and doing it anyways, because it is worth it. It's worth it for our community, and it's worth it for the preservation of our culture and the spreading of our culture to others.
Some of the religious people, those that they studied in Egypt, in Al-Azhar, or in Saudi Arabia, they were literally saying that this is like bid'at, this is something new that we don't have it in Islam and nobody should celebrate. And then even some of them would go further, saying that Nowruz is coming from the other religions, and we should not celebrate it. So what I want to say is that even that has also come here, and then we have some fundamentalists here, some Muslim, like strict Muslim people, saying that we should not celebrate Nowruz because this is not part of our religion. And doesn't matter if it is like from Shi'i or Sunni or whatever, they say that it's against Islam.
A shared future. In recent years, Nowruz celebrations in King County have expanded beyond private homes and community gatherings. Libraries host cultural installations, schools introduce students to the meaning of the holiday. Public institutions recognize Nowruz as a part of the region's cultural diversity. Through these initiatives, an ancient tradition becomes part of the cultural life of Seattle, a modern American city.
Oh, I would love to see everyone celebrate it. I would love to see schools celebrating it, supporting the students who culturally celebrate Nowruz and allow space for that, maybe included in their curriculum. And, for libraries to hold events, for city halls to hold events, and really to share this with the greater community.
Nowruz has survived for thousands of years. It has endured empires, migrations, and political change. Its strength lies in its simplicity, the belief that every winter eventually ends and that every year brings another chance to begin again. In King County, far from the mountains, deserts, and valleys where the tradition first took root, Nowruz continues to bloom, not only as a celebration of spring, but as a celebration of memory, community, and hope.